Hello, park friends. This is Jennifer White, and I'm thrilled today on our walk to share some of my favorite spots along the Headwaters Trail with you. The Headwaters Trail is a limestone-based multi-purpose trail system that spans about 8.5 miles across the northern part of the county, currently from the village of Garrettsville to just west of the village of Manaway. The purpose of this video is to take you on a quick journey from east to west across the trail, showing where the parking areas, road crossings, and facilities are located. I'll also be sharing a few fun features to check out during your visit. We are beginning our walk today at the easternmost trailhead parking lot in the village of Garrettsville. The trail is located behind the Portage County District Library at the Garrettsville Village Park off of South Street. Simply follow the drive past the library and the ball fields and go all the way back to the dog park. You will see an informational kiosk where you can pick up a map and get current information about the park district itself, our properties, and any upcoming programs that we have. The trail begins here. I love this recently resurfaced multi-purpose trail. You can walk, run, or bike the trail. And for those equestrians watching, horses are even welcome along the berm of designated portions of the Headwaters Trail. Now that excludes the village limits, and we ask that you please stay on the designated grass berm and not ride on the limestone base. Thanks in advance. Enjoy the beautiful trees and wildflowers along this portion of the trail. The very first road crossing you will come to is State Route 88. Please use caution when crossing. You will then quickly reach the Freedom Street parking area and see the large parking lot and informational kiosk that's located at the end of the lot. Now, for those history buffs in the audience, there is a very interesting historical marker at this trailhead. Look to the left of the parking lot to learn about Creepy Carpus and the last great train heist in American history. How cool is that? The Headwaters Trail is built on an abandoned railway, so there is a significant amount of transportation history along the way. We will even see a few other markers on our journey west. Please remember to respect our park neighbors by staying on the main trail at all times. You will find a number of park benches along the way. You can pause and take a break or just sit and enjoy the sounds of nature. This particular trail segment that runs between Freedom Street and State Route 700 guides visitors through a diversity of land uses. You will travel through residential areas, agricultural land, wetlands, meadows, and woodlands. Eagle Creek runs near the north side of the trail, so you will also see some tributaries and some beautiful forested ravines. You may actually hear State Route 700 before you see it. In addition to parking, our State Route 700 trailhead is the only one on the Headwaters Trail that is outfitted with a bathroom and a trash and recycling receptacle, so plan your trip accordingly. The display that you see adjacent to the parking lot was an Eagle Scout project. It shares information about the historic Jetto train station that was once located here. Please be extra careful as you prepare to cross busy State Route 700. Also know that the trail segment we are entering is a shared roadway with a number of residential properties along the way. Please stay on the north side of the trail and be aware of approaching vehicles. Just as a reminder, respect the private property of our park neighbors by continuing to stay on the trail. Now, as you're walking west as we are along the trail, eventually here you're going to see some posts along the trail. That indicates the end of the shared trail system with the private residences. Right before those posts, you're going to notice a heavily beaten down trail to your left. Please do not go down that trail without permission because it is not owned by the park district. Now we are approaching on this segment of the trail probably our most asked about natural feature along the Headwaters Trail, and that is the waterfalls. So as you're heading west, before you get to the parking lot at Asbury Road, you're going to want to be watching to your left because you will see a little offshoot trail. It's very close to the main trail. You can see it up ahead here on the left, and that is the entrance to the waterfalls. And they are beautiful right after a rain. You can go up this path and look to your left and listen for the sound of water. And as you come up that ridge, you'll get a glimpse at just a beautiful waterfall. The Pachedley family generously donated this little section along the trail to the Portage Park District so that the public could enjoy this beautiful waterfall. If you go slightly off the trail to see the waterfall, as you're headed back, you're going to notice another trail. And if you're really looking closely, you're going to notice that there's a little carcinite marker with a light blue blaze on it. And this is part of the Buckeye Trail. Now, this is maintained by the Buckeye Trail Association, and this particular section of the Buckeye Trail actually goes through Camp Asbury. Now you can see Asbury Road ahead of us, and there is a very small parking lot that's located there. This is the quickest way to get to the waterfalls. So if you're looking just to do a quick run in to see the waterfalls after a rain, you'll want to park at Asbury Road and then take that short hike in. And of course, since you're heading east, it's going to be on your right-hand side. As we cross the road, we're going to enter the next segment of the trail that runs from Asbury Road to Lyme Ridge Road. Heads up to the history enthusiasts again. That large rock ahead commemorates a tragic train accident that occurred in 1949, resulting in the death of 3 members of the crew aboard the train. Now, as we approach our next trail segment at Lyme Ridge Road, I start to get pretty darn excited. Why? Well, this is how the Headwaters Trail earned its name. Do you see that thick black dotted line that runs down the center of the map? Well, as you cross over Lyme Ridge Road, you are also crossing over a major watershed break. In fact, it's the Continental Divide between Lake Erie and the Gulf of Mexico. A raindrop falling east of Lyme Ridge will flow to Eagle Creek, then into the Mahoning River, to the Ohio River, to the Mississippi River, and all the way into the Gulf of Mexico. But a raindrop falling west of Lyme Ridge Road will flow to the Cuyahoga River and into Lake Erie. How cool is that? So be sure to savor that experience as you travel the trail. It is the headwaters to 2 major watersheds. Now, it's a very short walk between Lyme Ridge Road and our next trailhead located at Vaughan Road. There is a very small parking lot, just a few cars, at Vaughan Road. But then you transition into another really unique part of the Headwaters Trail, and that's the segment of trail that takes you right through the Manaway Bog State Nature Preserve. Now, Manaway Bog State Nature Preserve is owned and managed by the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, their Division of Natural Areas and Preserves. And it is not a preserve that's open to the public. You need a permit in order to go into the preserve. But the existence of the Headwaters Trail allows visitors to walk through the preserve property along the trail. So, like any part of this trail, you want to make sure that you stay on the limestone base and respect those boundaries. But the Manaway Bog State Nature Preserve is home to some really unique and rare and endangered plant and animal species. So, it's quite a gem in Portage County. Next, we transition and walk across Peck Road and enter the village of Manaway. And this segment of trail is going to take us right into the heart of the village, as well as right to the Cuyahoga River. You can sit on one of the benches to overlook the river and its wetlands. You can read some of the amazing interpretive historical signs that were provided by the Manaway Rotary Club. And you can walk over the footbridge to get views on either side of the Great Cuyahoga River. The Upper Cuyahoga River is designated as a state scenic river, and the Cuyahoga is also an American Heritage River. So it's really special that we have this resource in Portage County. Now, at the end of the bridge, you can either take a right-hand turn to go to Bookert Part and Manaway, or go with us to the left to stay on the Headwaters Trail. This segment of trail is asphalt paved trail, and it will take you directly up to State Route 44, where you'll cross over for the final trail segment and our last parking lot available along the trail. Please use the pedestrian crossing as you cross State Route 44, and look for the McDonald's at the corner of Mill Street and 44 to see where you'd access that last parking lot. There is an informational kiosk available here, as well as an interpretive sign that's provided by the Rotary Club. If you want an extra little adventure trip, then I encourage you to check out the Esker Trail, which can be accessed from this segment of the Headwaters Trail. From this point, the Headwaters Trail extends almost to Mennonite Road, so you'll want to go out and then walk back to the parking area. I really hope that you've enjoyed your trip with me along the Headwaters Trail today. I encourage you to check it out. It's one of my favorite multi-purpose hike and bike trails in the county. Please check out our website at portageparkdistrict.org for information on our remote educational opportunities, as well as more information on our park properties.